Alright guys, welcome back, and shout out to Trackspec Motorsports, shout out to the whole entire team. I am such a bad YouTuber. I really need to do a better job of getting my initial reactions, but man, this car has been such a long road, such a long process. You guys have seen so much that has gone into this car. We're now in the final stages, but man, like, take a look at this, guys. We finally got the last piece of the puzzle to really be able to start competing and being able to be compliant to the rules and regulations and just have something back here. Just add extra stability, safety, and I wanted to go to the best, guys. Like I always keep saying, Trackspec Motorsports is the best for anything you guys want as far as full cages, roll bars, or any type of fabricated work that you guys need to do for not just your Corvettes, but for all of the cars. They also do a bunch of projects that compete in all types of racing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into exactly everything that they did, so I can really showcase you guys how much effort and how much commitment to just excellence they really put in the car.
We made this bar out of 1 3/4 DOM 120.
Okay.
Because the C7 is a little bit more of a heavier car, we decided to go with a 120 and be a half cage, a little more strength didn't hurt anything. With all of our cages, we always prioritized engineering, safety, and driver comfort. Every time we do one of these, you know, Kevin and I get in the car, we sit down and take a look. What are the priorities? How are we going to mount it safely? And how can we produce this from a production standpoint also. So the first thing we do is Kevin usually scans the frame areas. We look for areas to where the strongest parts of the car are to go to. And we scan it, get the data. Once we get the data, then we can kind of figure out how we can bolt to the car. First we scan the B-pillar area. So Kevin took our scanner and captured all of the features of the B-pillar and the frame area. And that gave us the ability to start making our plates. A lot of C7, even Corvette cages, they don't really mount to the frame. Yeah. You see a lot of them out there. I mean, one of the reasons why we started this whole fabrication side of Trackspec is the fact that things weren't done right. And we want to do things right, we want to do things safe, and make it affordable for people at the same time. Process to mount these to the frame. So once we get the frame scanned, we can develop our plates, and we bolt this. This is a true bolt-on cage that goes to the frame. I don't know of any other one that actually does that to the frame. I know some go to the floor, some go to the gas tank bulkhead there, which is really not a good idea. Some just go, you know, down to the wood floor itself. So we were able to achieve exactly what we wanted to do, and with Kevin's help, engineering, we were able to bolt the main hoop. We developed plates here to develop the main hoop, to bolt the main hoop to the frame area here, and then the B pillar. So it's bolted in 4 different places. And then we're able to run the main hoop really tight along the B pillar and basically follow the lines real nicely. One of the issues with the Corvette is there's rear view vision. We added a slight bump in the center here, just to get the bar to tuck in as tight as possible. So with having all of your interior out, having all your interior out gave us a little more space to run the bars as high, as tight as we could. Super happy with how this bar came out. Nice and tight to the car, nice and tight to the roof. The lean is good. You can see where your seats are positioned. There's still a lot of space for us to move the seat back.
Yeah, there's a lot of space back here still.
Right, so that was a priority for us to be able to fit, you know, taller drivers' race seats. And these seats here, they're big. You know, they are big with the halo, and they have this lean back area here, so that consumes space. So a different seat with a flatter back, can you get the seat to go even further back? So we try to accommodate drivers of all different sizes. We also adjusted the harness bar, or the diagonal bar, to have a slight kick to it. The diagonal.
Oh, a diagonal.
Yeah, the diagonal here to have a slight kick to it so that it would give more passenger room space, because if it was, depending on how you run it, you have to move the passenger seat.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Because it gets close. But we were able to get it in a position that we're really happy with, so that the passenger seat has full range of motion. Yeah. So that's another thing that is a nice feature of this bar. You get a lot of space. The bar is away from your head for a street car. If you need to drive it on the street, it's nowhere near your head. So that's definitely a plus. In the rear here, Kevin was able to mount our blocks to the frame. This is just an example of it, but you can see how nicely it cleans up. We have our ballistics connectors in the back here, so all these are all TIG welded together. and really easy to assemble. So you put the cage in, you assemble the rear, bolt it all together. These sit in one spot. These go onto the frame. You mark your holes, you drill, and then you install all the hardware, and that's about it. I mean, it's really straightforward after that. Kevin also designed these rear closeout plates.
Yeah, I love that right there.
Right. So that it gives you the ability, if one is, you can use it as a template to cut open the holes for one, but once you're done cutting, and then you can close everything out so that you don't have a lot of road noise.
Yeah.
So one of the things I noticed on my time attack car is that we have a bolt-in cage in it, and we didn't put these plates in, and I can tell you, driving around the highway, it's like, all right, it's a little loud.
Yeah.
I can hear everything. So you can hear the gear whine and all that. So what we did was we took expanding foam, fireproof expanding foam, sprayed it in the area to close off any gaps here, pressed it down on it so it was actually sealed off, and then after that, we took RTV sealant and then just covered up any other gaps that were there. So it's a really nice, clean install.
Yeah.
Should have no additional road noise whatsoever, or any exhaust fumes coming into the car. But anybody that wants to purchase this can actually purchase this whole kit, install it in their house.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys were able to, because you scanned it, so you have it
all the
already
information
saved.
that we need to reproduce. We've already reproduced another one there.
Oh, awesome.
So we have one ready to go. But yeah, it comes with all the hardware. It comes with drills, the exact drills that you need. It comes with a drill fixture so you can drill perfectly straight down through the frame.
Yep.
Another cool feature is that we include on the bottom the backing plates, and one set is aluminum billet machine because the frame is not flat there. So we're able to get the contour of the frame, machine what we call these things called half moons, and get them into the contour of the frame so you have a perfectly flat bolt. It's perfectly flat once you tighten everything down. So it's all these little details we're able to capture with the right tools, and obviously Kevin and the right knowledge of what we do here, just trying to do it right.
I love you guys. They showed me kind of some of the process with how everything kind of went about it, but this came out so well. I can't emphasize enough, guys, how clean everything is. Had to go literally to the chassis. They had to cut stuff. They had to fabricate some things with the roof, with the back, with the rear, with the front, but it looks so well done. If factory had to do something like this looked like exactly how it would come if you had to order this from factory. Like even just all of the little things, the materials that they use, everything just came out perfect. I say personally, like, thank you guys for taking the time to even just work on the car and going the extra mile. Definitely customer service, I think, with me, guys, goes a long way with a shop. You want to go to a place that truly cares for your cars as if it's their own. And I can definitely say from my experience at Trackspec Motorsports, guys, this is a place where you can trust them with your car. You can leave the keys and they will bring it to you better condition than you even had it.
So it's a little hard to see right here, but you can see this is where the belt loop goes, and right over there is where it mounts to the car. Now that I've produced another hole a little further away, it just works so much better. You don't need to worry about such a little piece of nonsense.
So you can look for Trackspec seat brackets to come out pretty soon.
Yeah, we got Trackspec seat brackets coming out soon. Kevin Burke actually has your guys' wing on his S2000, so they also do wings, and they also can do that as well for you guys. So it's not just roll cages or roll bars, full cages, or all of that. They also do other work, and they also work with a whole bunch of people. So literally anything that you guys can think of for a car, if you're getting into racing, this is a shop you can come to.
So we're going to be making C7 fender vents like this.
Oh, okay, cool.
So what we're going to do is actually out of carbon.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 3D kind of
Oh, nice.
So we were able to scan the car. Now we're building these in carbon fiber.
Oh, cool.
Also. So maybe we'll send those to you.
Yeah. Whenever you guys get them, I would love to be able to put them on. Yeah, a lot of people have actually asked about this on the C7s quite a bit. So especially if you can get those in like the carbon that you guys use for your materials, that would actually be really nice. Yeah, that would be really nice. So definitely, if you guys have a C7 or just any car, stay tuned for a whole bunch of stuff that they're going to be doing and producing very, very soon.
So let me tell you a little bit about this guy. This is the second one we've made where it's going to be the model for every future bar that we build. So we already have the information to build this in the computer, but what we don't have is the fact that when you make something, it never quite comes out exactly the way it needs to. So what you have to do is you have to make a model of what it should be. We know that welding is going to distort some things. So it's
That makes
very
sense.
key on how things are assembled before they're assembled. As you can see, we got these honking plates right here. And the way to make those is with another kind of model.
He's a genius. He made that
So
contraption.
this,
Wait, he did? You made this?
He designed that in CAD, cut it out here, and then that's our jig.
Man, so you're just crediting yourself right now. You go, yeah, I made this. We made all of this. This isn't something that we do this work so people can see. Like, man, like you guys,
right.
this guy's a genius. I told you guys this guy's a genius. First 10 minutes I saw him, I was like, yeah, he's probably a genius.
let's start with one of the one of the plates here is going to be the biggest one here.
Okay.
But as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 plates
Yes.
right here. So this is how it starts out, and we can take this. And I know it looks like a lot because it's actually double-sided. In order to conserve some amount of time and material, I just built the same thing but a mirror image on both sides. So let's just pretend that some of these bolts are out.
Yep.
And you can take the plate that you cut out,
Yep.
the plasma cutter,
Oh, and then that's how you
and
see.
it sits right here. Of course, with the bolts and stuff, everything else. So it sits in there. You put the other plate on top of that, and you put the other plate in here, and everything gets locked together, so that everything gets welded together and stays in position.
So it stays the
as
same
needed.
position size. It doesn't. That makes sense because you have the layout here.
Once that's all made, then you can put the bars within that.
Pretty remarkable. I'm just looking at just the work. Yeah, this thing is in there. Like, I'm looking at like these bolts and kind of how you guys put this in. Like all of this is like some serious heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, it's all through bolted and vacuum plated on the side.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like that.
It's
I was
locked.
like, this is not going.
Can't go in.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh yeah, this is. I'll probably rip some stuff inside of the frame part before this
the
thing
frame
comes
was
out.
part before that.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was when I was filming you. I was like, oh yeah, they made this like, yeah, this is not coming out.
Strongest parts of the